This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Today's subject matter is each one teach one. And what I mean by each one teach one is exactly how it sounds. And in this life we can go through, we can learn so many things. We can gain so much knowledge. We can go through so many experiences. We can have so much understanding. But are we shedding and putting forth that understanding to the youth, to the children, to those who may not have the same type of understanding? And what I mean by knowledge is not trivial things, not, fun facts. I'm talking about things that we may have learned on a spiritual level, on a relationship level, on a personal innerverse level. We can walk through this life and we can watch others, have their follies and falls and think to ourselves, man, why doesn't that person just do it like this? Or why are they doing that? And then keep on going and never say anything. Well, that's really not adding on in this verse, right? We're not advancing anything. If we see and do nothing, then that's exactly the result we'll get. We'll just see and nothing. So we'll see nothing. We can't motivate and move through our existence like this. If you are yearning to be an assistance in the growth and the changing of this plane in existence, it's pretty simple. The next time that someone comes across your path and it seems like they don't know, they just may not know. And what I mean by that is it seems like, why are they not, it's so simple, right? Why are they not progressing or moving forward or continuously making these mistakes? Well, if a person, or let me not say that, continuously learning these lessons, because in life there are no mistakes, there's only lessons. But if we are going through this existence that way and we're seeing these things, this just might actually be a fact. Like, they may not actually know. They may not realize, they may not understand, there's a lot of things, they just may not. So, we must, as elders, take it upon ourselves to express to the ones that are younger or who are not the elders that we are here for you, and allow me to show you a different way. If you have knowledge, give knowledge. Because knowledge without giving it out and, shedding it and putting it out to society or the youth or the ones that don't know is useless. You can know everything in the world. If you're not doing anything, you're not teaching with it, then it means absolutely nothing. It will have no effect. There cannot be any growth for you or everyone else around you. So we must move forward and teach. We must. This is so important. You can't walk in this life and keep all the information to yourself. Have you ever worked on a job and had a manager or a boss who refused to show anyone else the important inner workings of that particular job because they were afraid that if they showed everyone else, then they would lose their position, instead of realizing if they showed others how much more respect they would gain and how much more easier the whole system works. Instead of doing things out of a fear that they won't be able to be the top dog. This happens a lot in life. People will just watch and do nothing. look and do nothing. Now, it's one thing if you're putting forth the effort, you're putting forth the message, you're trying to show, you're trying to teach. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this beautiful day. And you're doing it repetitively, but yet it's to no result. They're not listening. They're not connecting with it. They don't want to adhere to the information. That's one thing. Okay, in that instance, this is just a lack of someone wanting to learn and become, something much higher than the state that they're in at that time. Because this doesn't mean that later on down the line that those things that you tried to teach or the message you tried to put out won't be valuable to them. That just means that they weren't ready to receive it. So even in that instance, we must still never give up, have unconditional love, and move forward and continue to try to teach. And when you get that opportunity the next time, you put the message out there again. Unless it gets to a point where then, the reception is just null and void, where the person or people or the thing you're trying to show just dissipates away from you. Well, then that just means that it wasn't the time for it. The children and the youth are so important today. I can't express that enough, and I'm going to say it twice. The children and our youth are so important. How much longer are we going to go by and we're not going to teach them the correct moral teachings? We're not going to act as elders. We're not going to try to be the guiding light on the path to excellence. How much longer? Because if that happens and that continues to happen, there's no way that they're going to be able to guide and light the future for others. Again, knowledge gained without knowledge being given is useless. If you know better, do better. If you have the information, share it. I mean, this is definitely a part of having an open heart and open spirit. We must band together, unite as one embodiment across this plane, and not stand and allow a multitude of ignorance to take place. Not allowing with our knowledge that we have to be shed. A lot of people think, well, I'm not going to say anything. They don't want to hear it anyway. They're just going to do whatever they do. It doesn't matter what I say. It does matter. It may not matter or seemingly seem like it matters at that moment or at that instant. But believe me, it always matters. Because if you do nothing, you get nothing. Each one must teach one. We can't walk through this world and we can't walk through our existence and complain that things are going down or there's no changes being made, or complain about the state of our planetary existence. Because at some point, the knowledge that you have gained is a knowledge that was given to you. So we must pass it down. This is a total act of selflessness. And we must put ourselves in a selfless state. Again, another part of having an open heart and open spirit. Selflessness, unconditional love, the willing. Will it, and it will be. right? So we must desire to improve our existence. So this way we enhance our own universe. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. Give knowledge as you would gain knowledge. This is not a long video today, but it was just something to think about. And thank you for listening today and tuning into my channel. If you have something valuable, information, knowledge, experience, it's definitely important that you shed this light upon our youth. And I'm talking about positive things. You know, we can change our existence on our plane. We can completely transform our own universes just by doing that. And I think that when we begin to teach others, it teaches us also. And it gives you a greater desire, a greater importance in this life and in this existence. Listen, I just want to thank everyone that has been tuning in. I just want to see our existence on this plane become greater. We can unify and unite as one embodiment, but we must be willing to teach. We cannot gain knowledge and not give knowledge. Rest assured, if each one of us begins to do this, the change will begin to happen on this plane. What do you want? Do you want to walk along and continue to do nothing so you get nothing and nothing ever changes? Or do you want true change? Do you want to embody the Creator? Or do you just want to stay the same? A good place to start is asking the Creator and putting it in a deep meditation so that He can guide you and give you the light and show you in which way that would be valuable for you to teach. He may bring that person or persons along your path and give you that opportunity. It's not an easy task, but it can be extremely valuable, and it can definitely be extremely life enhancing. If you like this subject matter today, drop a line, leave a comment. If you'd like me to do a part 2, hit me up, let me know. And definitely leave any kind of correspondence on maybe how you have had the opportunity to teach another, or how you might like to go and teach another, but you just hadn't figured it out yet. This always makes for great conversation, because I think sometimes we don't think that we're able to be teachers when we're trying to learn ourselves, but we can. I'm always down for correspondence. And remember, the children are what's most important. They are the future and we are the past. But by each one of us teaching each one, we can all be the future. Thank you for listening today. This has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.